toll rises to 7 in Italian glacier incident. Those are the headlines for tonight. I'm Lorenzo Isaac and this is TVS Nightline. A man who allegedly murdered his wife and baby on July 4th has been remanded for 7 days until July 11 to facilitate investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code. The 25-year-old suspect was arrested while riding his bike naked at Permas Jaya, Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru South Police Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police Raub Selamat said the suspect tested negative for drugs and investigations are underway to identify the motive for the gruesome murder. Raub also refused to comment on claims that the suspect suffering from depression, as it was understood that the suspect had recently lost his job. Both victims were found dead at their homes with slit wounds to the throat at noon on Monday. Family members said the suspect was not known to be hot-tempered nor had any martial tension between the couple. Their wedding reception was scheduled to be held this month but was postponed due to the movement control order. A man dies after a four-wheel drive vehicle he was driving lost control and overturned in a single vehicle accident at Kilometer 8 Jalan Simpangu, Batu Niah around 8:30 p.m. on Monday. The deceased, identified as 25-year-old Jerry Ismail Abdullah, was pronounced dead at the scene.
Setibanya kami di lokasi pada jam 8.53 malam, didapati sebuah kenderaan pacuan empat roda yang dipandu mangsa dipercayai telah hilang kawalan dan berada dalam keadaan terbalik di tengah jalan. Size up yang dijalankan mendapati mangsa masih tersepit di tempat duduk dan tidak sadarkan diri. Pihak kami kemudian berjaya mengeluarkan mangsa menggunakan peralatan khas.
A rescue team was rushed to the scene from Batu Niah Fire and Rescue Department Bomba after receiving the distress call. The body was then handed over to the police for further action. Meanwhile, Miri District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Alexander Nagachabu confirmed the incident and said that the case is now being investigated under Section 41(1) of the Road Transport Act 1987.
More updates on the glacier collapse in Italy. Rescuers recovered several body parts they found while searching for more victims who went missing. This would likely increase the number of fatalities caused by the avalanche. The death toll now stands at 7, while 13 more are still missing. The number of survivors of the incident has also increased from 8 to 10. Who were rushed to the hospital as they were found in a serious condition. The number is still expected to rise after part of the 3,300-meter mountain collapse on Sunday, June 3rd. Helicopters and dogs are being utilized to increase the likeliness of finding victims of the avalanche, which authorities said could include hikers and local residents. Authorities said the collapse was caused by an early summer heat wave in Italy, where temperatures had increased to 10 degrees Celsius. With the continuous support of the Sarawak people, this will ensure a sure win for Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS, said Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' AMAR AWANG HASAN.
Demi untuk kepentingan kita semua, supaya suara kita kuat di parlimen. Dengan suara kita yang kuat, kita boleh terus memperjuangkan hak dan kepentingan kita. Seperti apa yang termaktub dalam Perlembagaan Malaysia, MACC3 and IGC report itu yang diperjuangkan kita, akan terus kita perjuangkan demi untuk kepentingan negeri dan masyarakat kita.
He said so at the Gawai closing ceremony in Lawas. Additionally, he also calls upon the people to continue to unite to ensure that political stability is maintained. Adding further, he said that political stability plays an important role in enabling the government to pay full attention to the development and welfare of the people.
Apa yang kita mau ialah satu kerajaan yang kuat, political stability, supaya kita dapat menumpu arah usaha bagaimana kita nak bangunkan negeri, membangunkan ekonomi rakyat, supaya kita dapat menghapus kemiskinan di kalangan masyarakat kita. Ini memerlukan kerjasama semua. Ini memerlukan kerjasama kita.
At the same time, Awang tengah hinted that Deputy Minister of Transportation cum Lawas Member of Parliament Datuk Henry Sam Agong might be re-nominated to defend the parliamentary seat he has been holding since 1999. During the 14th general election, Henry Sam Agong successfully defended Lawas seat with a majority of 6,000 votes, defeating PKR candidate Danny Piri and an independent candidate Muhammad Ibrahim.
Sarawak land management through the Land Measurement Initiative in the field continues to receive world recognition. This directly puts Sarawak on the world map on land management.
According to the Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Datuk AMAR Awang Tengah Ali HASAN, the recognition given proved Sarawak's ability in the global stage.
Sarawak ini bukan jago kampung. Sarawak ini sudah di-recognize internationally, globally. Kita boleh maju. We have all the resources. Bagaimana kita unlock all these resources? Semuanya bergantung kepada kita. Dan saya berharap momentum ini harus kita teruskan. Momentum ini harus kita teruskan supaya kita ini cukup stabil.
Meanwhile, Awang Tengah and the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk PATINGGI Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun OPENG, are set to depart to San Diego, United States on July 11, 2022 to attend the Geo Innovation Awards. This will be the third time that Sarawak received international recognition for land management innovation. Besides that, the Sarawak government delegation, led by the Premier of Sarawak, will also attend a series of global conferences in Europe.
A manhunt is underway for the shooter near the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, resulting in 2 police officers being shot in Philadelphia due to a security incident during a fireworks show as the country celebrated its Independence Day. The shooting came only hours after 6 people were killed in a mass shooting in Highland Park during the July 4th parade. Footages showed on social media, people from the parade fleeing in terror, and crowds were asked to gather in front of the Free Library of Philadelphia. Authorities also called to the public to proceed to any nearby police station if they are trying to locate anyone who may have been separated during the incident. Coming up right after the break, PM arrives in Turkiyye for a 4-day official visit. Bodies of 3 family members found. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob arrived at Turkiyye on Tuesday for a 4-day official visit. The special aircraft carrying Ismail Sabri and his delegation touched down at the Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen International Airport (ISGIA) at 8:40 a.m.
On hand to welcome the Premier at the airport, managed by Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad, were Malaysia's Foreign Minister, Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah, Science, Technology and Innovation Minister, Datuk Seri Dr. Adam Baba, and Malaysian Ambassador to Turkiyye, Sazali Mustafa Kamal. Also present were the Governor of Sabiha Gökçen International Airport, Halil Afsar, MAHB Chairman, Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Qadir, and government officials from both countries. The official welcoming ceremony for the visit will be held in Ankara on Thursday. The visit, at the invitation of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, began with the Prime Minister touring the Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen International Airport upon his arrival. After visiting the airport, the Prime Minister will host a luncheon for Keluarga Malaysia residing in the country before holding meetings with top Turkish corporations, including Turkish Wealth Fund and OYAK. During the meetings, Ismail Sabri is expected to explore bilateral commodity trading opportunities with an emphasis on food security as well as strengthening cooperation through the sharing of technology. On Thursday, July 7th, Ismail Sabri is scheduled to have a 4-hour meeting with Erdogan at the presidential complex in Ankara, followed by a Malaysia-Turkey delegation meeting.
The bodies of 3 family members were reported missing in the floods and water surge phenomenon that hit Kampung Iboy, Kupang here on Monday were found by the rescue team at 9:30 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. on Tuesday. Salma Ahmad Akib, 53 years old, and her daughter-in-law Nurul Anis Abu Hasan, 23 years old, was found 4 months pregnant, were found embracing each other under a pile of logs.
Kedah Fire and Rescue Department JBPM Director Sayani Saidon told a press conference at Kampung Iboy that the bodies were found about 100 meters from their house, washed away by floods. The body belonged to the 3rd victim, Khairul Ikhwan Nur Azman, 14, who was Salma's son, and found not far from the location where 2 of the bodies were found earlier. The bodies were then handed over to the police for further action.
Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob has ordered the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, and the relevant local authorities to provide immediate aid and assistance to the victims of floods in Baling, Kedah. Even though he is in Turkey for a 4-day official visit, Ismail Sabri said he was closely following the development of the flood situation affecting the Malaysian families in Baling.
The Prime Minister also expressed sadness over the floods, which had so far claimed 3 lives, and prayed that all victims would stay strong in facing this difficult situation. The floods that hit Baling yesterday had caused hundreds of residents to be evacuated to several temporary shelters, as more than 80 houses were affected.
Women make up half the total population in the world, and women also played an important role as decision makers in any government. The 13th Associated Country Women of the World ACCW Area Conference for Southeast Asia and the Far East was officiated today, and the event was graced by Her Majesty the Queen Sri Paduka Baginda Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria.
Theme Diversity is Our Strength. The conference gathers 202 delegates from both members and non-member societies, including international delegates from Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Singapore. In his special message, Premier of Sarawak, Datuk PATINGGI Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said, women in Sarawak are talented in helping to accomplish Sarawak's development goals.
Women NGOs are very talented and agile in helping to accomplish Sarawak's development goals. You can reach the most vulnerable or disaffected people in our community and find innovative solutions to tackle problems.
Meanwhile, ACWW Southeast Asia and the Far East President Nurjana Harzali said, among others, that the conference serves as networking and exchange of ideas with women from within and outside the country.
FWI-ACWW conference highlighted significantly that women, irrespective of their localities or countries, could in fact assist each other in the field of education, environment, technology, societal advancement, and leadership.
The three-day conference is also attended by the patron of Sarawak Federation of Women Institutes, Toh Puan Datuk Patinggi Ragat Kurdi Taib, Premier of Sarawak's wife, Datuk Amar Jumaani Tuanku Bujang, and State Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development Minister, Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah.
Now on to some global affairs. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. A father had to hide his son in a dumpster to escape the horror of the mass shooting in Highland Park, Illinois. Before going off to search for his wife and his other children who fled the scene, another mass shooting has taken place in the USA, this time killing 6 people and severely injuring 36 others on the day the country celebrated its liberation from colonial powers. In the city of Highland Park, Illinois, a man climbed on top of a roof and fired a high-powered rifle towards the July 4th parade. Police have arrested the suspect, a 22-year-old man identified as Robert E. Cremo III, a local from the area.
Our investigators have been working tirelessly on this active shooter investigation. Through law enforcement partnerships and community information and leads, a person of interest has been identified. His name is Robert Bobby E. Cremo, C-R-I-M-O III. He is 22 years of age. He is believed to be driving a 2010 silver Honda Fit vehicle, license plate Illinois D. David M. Mary 80653. We have numerous federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies working on apprehending this person of interest. We continue to receive tips from the public and law enforcement partners, and we are following up on every one of them. Individuals who have information to share with the police are urged to contact 1-800-CALL-FBI. Thank you.
The shooting caused many toddlers to flee with their parents, turning a display of patriotism into a scene of panic and mayhem. Police have yet to establish a motive for the shooting, and Crimo apparently is a self-proclaimed rapper who used the name Awake the Rapper. This is the latest in a series of mass shootings in America. Previously, a mass shooting claimed the lives of 10 people at a supermarket in Buffalo on May 14th, followed by the mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, that killed 19 school children and 2 teachers. To date, a total of 309 mass shootings have been recorded in the U.S.
Peruvian transport workers went on a national strike on Monday, July 4th, to protest against the rising price of fuel. The president of the Peruvian Driver National Association said they managed to paralyze the country to a degree by going on a strike.
Más de un 80% a nivel nacional ha paralizado por la problemática presentada en nuestra plataforma de lucha. Ese 80% no va a parar hasta que se nos den las soluciones con resoluciones, porque nosotros ya hemos tenido las reuniones y acuerdos, actas firmadas que son incumplidas. Pedimos que se cumplan para que nosotros podamos levantar.
Meanwhile, bus stops in Lima were overcrowded with people who were waiting to board buses that didn't arrive.
Tenemos rato esperando y no hay carro. Nosotros vamos hacia Los Mayoragos, a Vistarte, y no conseguimos carro. Se nos ha hecho difícil. Todos los carros que están yendo nada más hasta Los Santanita y nos están cobrando $3.50 cuando el pasaje de lo cuesta $1.50. Es un abuso también y entonces nos sentimos con la mano.
Data released on June 1st showed Peru's annual inflation hit its highest level in a quarter of a century at 9.32%.
While most petrolheads were watching the F1 British Grand Prix from Silverstone on the first weekend of July, a small but dedicated bunch of racers were fine-tuning their lawnmowers for their very own racing championships. The Lawnmower World Championships 2022 took place on a field in the rural village of Haddington in Wiltshire, southeast England on Friday, July 2nd.
No Ferraris or McLarens are found here, but various types of racing lawnmowers compete in different categories. The traditional lawnmower with a seat attached, seen in Group 2, more buggy-like mowers competing in Group 3, and the luxury-style miniature tractors racing in Group 4. Race organizer Ian Radcliffe still wonders why people are keen to compete, since the sport started 50 years ago.
I don't know why people still do it, but it has had 50 years since the sport was started, and there are enough crazy people out there who want to jump on a mower, tweak it up and go hurtling around a field during the summer months, and long may it last.
For obvious safety reasons, blades are removed, with all mowers competing on an even playing field, as the machines are only allowed minor modifications. Compared to Formula 1, it's a lot cheaper for speed demons out there to become a world-class mower racer, costing only a few £100.
Drive like anything that you've ever driven before, so you've got to learn it from scratch. All the engines are the same, the equipment is pretty much all the same, so everyone's on a level. And then you come to a place and nobody's ever seen the track before, and as soon as you leave, nobody will ever see that track again. So you can't say that I'm the expert of Haddington and Stockley, because we've never seen it before and we'll never see it again.
Points are awarded in each heat, and the various heats are mixed up depending on performance to make it super competitive. Over the 2-day racing weekend, there were 16 races for each of the categories. Legend has it that the sport was born out of a meeting of enthusiastic motorsport fans in an English public house back in 1973.
With the transition of time and culture, staying relevant is extremely crucial in the music industry. To know more, join our local singer Bob Yusof on Sejahtera Asia tomorrow with Wan Alif and Sharon Kezia, 7:45 a.m. on TVS, Astro Channel 122 and My Freeview. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just a click away by heading onto our official website at www.tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms.
That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.